Is yours, Christiana.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Puppy season is underway. What to do if you see young elephant seals in distress? Each winter along the Californian coast, northern elephant seals gather on the breeding beaches called rookeries to give birth and mate. During the first months of the year, the rookeries are full of 75-pound newborn pups galloping after the mothers. But sometimes during their pupping season and up and down the California coast, seal pups are found stranded and in need of critical care. Usually, the season for elephant seal pups needing help starts around mid-February, when the pupping season is at its peak. Still, because of the intense storms in the last couple of weeks, there may be already little pups in need because they got separated from their mothers. Unfortunately, strong storms often sweep young pups away before they have weaned from their mothers or learned how to survive on their own. They can also be separated from their mother much too early due to people and dogs getting too close, which can scare the mother away. This results in many young malnourished pups in need of rehabilitation. So the best help to prevent pups from even needing help, and therefore maybe saving a life, is by giving animals space. If you see an elephant seal, mother and pup, or any marine mammal, it's important to remember that the best thing you can do for these animals is to keep a safe distance. Elephant seal pups nurse from their mother and gain about 10 pounds daily during their first month of life. Therefore, when separated from their mother, they lose weight very quickly. And there are 3 stages of malnutrition in elephant seals that you can make out. The first is slightly underweight. You can see that the animal has somewhat less fat under its skin, unlike its peers, and you can make out its neck as being not so fatty. We call that peanut head. The second state of mild malnutrition, in addition, is when you can also make out the hip bones at the end of the animal. Usually you shouldn't see them protruding from the skin at the end of the body near the flippers. And the third state is severe malnutrition. And that stage, the animal's skin kind of wrinkles and forms armpit holes because there's way too little blubber beneath it. You can also make out an even more apparent shape of that peanut head and its protruding hips. Another indicator for a pup in need is if it's still molting some of its black coat or baby fur, which elephant seals shed for a smooth, silvery coat once they've weaned from their mothers about 1 month old. So if they still have that black coat, it means it is not old enough to be separated and to be on its own. Also, northern elephant seals can suffer from diseases such as skin disease, pneumonia, and parasites like lungworm. So a little comparison of the look and the behavior of an animal to its peers can help you make out an animal in need of help. Therefore, in any case you see an animal that doesn't seem to look or behave as it should, reach out to the 24-hour rescue hotline of the Marine Mammal Center to report that animal because it might be stranded and it appears to be in desperate need of help. To report sick, injured, or abandoned marine mammals and to ensure your safety and the safety of the animals, keep these following 4 guidelines in mind as you observe and report stranded marine mammals. First, keep your distance. Do not touch, pick up, or feed the animal. Do not return the animal to the water. Keep a distance of at least 50 feet. If an animal reacts to you, to your presence, you're too close. Second is to locate. Determine the animal's exact location, exact as possible for accurate reporting. Observe. Note physical characteristics such as size, presence of external ears, and fur color. Does the animal appear weak or skinny? What I told you about the 3 stages of malnutrition can help you identify that. Or does it have any open wounds, obvious ID tags, or markings? And last but not least, call. Call the Marine Mammal Center at 415-289-SEAL with details about the animal and your location. After a rescue call, trained response volunteers will be dispatched, and after carefully evaluating the scene, they can determine if that pup's life is in danger. Suppose that is the fact. This little pup will be rescued and admitted to one of the operation centers, which are located near Morro Bay for the San Luis Obispo County area, or near Moss Landing for the Monterey Bay area. Or for Northern California, they will be admitted directly to Unidos, where the main hospital and headquarters are. In addition, the Marine Mammal Center has a rescue operations center, as well as a Hawaiian monk seal hospital on the Big Island of Hawaii. The Marine Mammal Center promotes global ocean conservation through rescue and rehabilitation, as well as through its other scientific research and educational programs. Their veterinary experts, for example, develop new clinical techniques to improve marine mammal rehabilitation and care, and investigate why marine mammals strand and how these factors are connected to the ecosystem and as well to human health. And with innovative school and public education programs, the center tries to build a sense of stability through connection to marine mammals and the marine environment, inspiring future ocean stewards and promoting action to protect the ocean. But let me come back to our little rescue pup. When the pup is being rescued, its rescuers can name the animal and it will be given an identification number. Then, once it arrives at one of the operation centers, it will be medically examined. In the case of malnutrition, the pup will be fed nutritious fish smoothies to help it put on a healthy weight. And when the animal is stable enough for transport, it will be admitted to the hospital in Sausalito for further care. To begin lessons in fish school, for example, especially trained volunteers use tactics like dragging herring on a string through the water to engage a pup's natural instincts of catch fish. And once the pup recognizes the link between swallowing a fish and a full belly, it will practice catching whole fish on its own and competing implacable for food without eating. Learning these crucial skills gives young seals the best chance of thriving after being released into the wild. Therefore, every call makes a difference. When marine mammals are sick, they tell us that the ocean is also sick. The Marine Mammal Center rescues and cares for these animals and investigates the threats they face in the wild. The Marine Mammal Center's rescue hotline is available 24 hours a day, and the trained teams respond to marine mammals in need 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So always keep the 4 guidelines in mind when seeing stranded marine mammals. Keep your distance, locate, observe, and call. And for you all to remember the number of the Marine Mammal Center's rescue hotline and what to do when you see a marine mammal in distress, I have rescue cards for you to take with you. If you might pass them around, I take one. I couldn't get a hold of the real hardcover ones, so I had to print them, but I hope that's all right. And yes, thank you.